our loving relationships are a great source for personal growth because we can see ourselves reflected by our partner. We can get feedback from them on how to become better. Because when we live with someone and we are loved by someone, uh, we are known, right? We are seen in a way that a lot of times we can't see ourselves. Um, this is one of those things, though, that is harder in practice than it is in theory because on the receiving end, we have to have humility. And on the giving end of the feedback, we have to be delicate and we have to be loving and respectful. Um, so, if we truly love someone and we trust them and they're telling us something about ourselves in a respectful way, then we should listen to them. However, if we truly love someone, but they are telling us something about ourselves in an abusive or degrading way, with contempt, this is not good. The Gottman Institute, which is for a long time now has been a leader in relationship research, says that contempt is basically the worst relationship dynamic two people can have. Um, Contempt is something that couples rarely can recover from. In all the years of relationship research the Gottman Institute did, contempt was one of those things, if they saw it in a couple, they could predict divorce within a few years. So if your relationship is at that point, um, basically you can't trust whatever is being told to you by that person because they're saying it from a place of hatred, not of love. So in that case, you have to separately figure out your own issues and probably eventually figure them out without one another at all. Um, and so, that would be the exception. But if you are in a loving relationship um, and your partner is telling you something, listen, because this is an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity that you cannot give yourself because they can see you in a different light than you can see yourself. They can see flaws in you that you don't realize you have. Or maybe if you're living by yourself, those things aren't flaws because it doesn't affect anyone, right? But when you're living with someone, you have to live in a different way sometimes. And so there are things you have to give and take, right? There are compromises sometimes you have to make, and sometimes sacrifices you have to make to live with someone and to live in harmony with them. And so, you know, there are things that are sometimes small, and we have to. That's a whole nother conversation of, is this a small thing? Is this really my problem? Um, do they really need to change? Those are questions you should ask yourself before you start saying, I would like to see this change or that change. Are they really a big deal? Or are you making a big deal out of nothing? Those are questions you should ask for sure before you have this conversation with your partner. But if it's something you've thought about and it's something that really bothers you and it's really affecting your marriage, or it's just simply something that you think they could improve upon as a person. Maybe it doesn't truly affect you, but maybe it is affecting them and their quality of life or their quality of other relationships. That is something that you, as their loving partner, can bring to their attention, and it's something that they should receive well if you are delivering it in a delicate and loving way, in a way that shows that you love them and you want the best for them. And, this is such a gift when we can do this and we can grow with a person. There's really nothing that is much better than growing with another person. It's a beautiful thing. And so if you have tried this, you have tried to deliver feedback to your partner and they have not received it well, I want you to consider, how did you deliver it? Did you deliver it in a delicate and loving way? Did you deliver it in a way that you know, based on knowing that person, they should receive fairly well? Hopefully, you know them well enough to know how they receive things and in what way you should deliver feedback. But consider your words before you say them. Consider how you will deliver this feedback. Let them know before you've delivered the feedback that you love them and that you want to grow with them and that you also want feedback whenever they think that it's necessary. So be open, be honest, and be loving. And if you can do all those things, you can develop yourself, you can grow, and you can help your partner grow, and you can grow together. And there's really not much more that's more beautiful in the world than that.